Do you know nothing grows in middle of Australia? Because in the middle of the Australia, the so many. If you see, the actual name of Australia was Astralaya. Astralaya in Sanskrit. The actual name of Australia is in Sanskrit. It came from Sanskrit. That is Astralaya. That is why eh, in Mahabharata time, if you see, nothing grows in middle of Australia, because in the Mahabharata time, so many nuclear bombs were tested there. That is why they called as Astra plus Alaya, Astralaya. But that's why people live in around um, near ocean, in the circumference of Australia. That's why so many people, they live in circumference of Australia, and very less people live in middle of the Australia or something like that. Because if you see in Australia, the same place in Australia, in the middle of Australia, if you see, so many craters were there. You can see in Google Maps also. In the Google Maps also, if you see, there were so many craters were there. If you see in the if you see in the USA, during Nevada Test Center, in the Nevada Test Center, in the Nevada, in those areas also, in USA tested thousands of nuclear bombs. If you see the same, the so many craters you can see in Google Map, those same craters like things were there in Australia. You can search through Google Maps also. In the Google Maps or Google Earth, in Australia, in the middle of the Australia, in many places, the same, the craters which were present in Nevada Test Center, or in the area where in the desert area, in the big desert area, thousands of nuclear bombs were tested by USA, and so thousands of craters were there in the desert area in the USA. Same around the Nevada Test Center, the same craters like things were there in Australia. That's why if you see, uh, in Australia also, uh, same craters like were there. That means that somewhere in the world, those places were used for nuclear testing, nuclear bomb testing. That's why so many craters were in Australia. That's why in Australia nothing grows in middle of Australia. That's why the name Australia comes from Sanskrit Astralaya. Astralaya means the place where we keep astras, the weapons. Astra plus Alaya, Astralaya. That's how the name Australia came from, Astralaya, which is the Sanskrit word. Jai Gurudev.